dudes and dudettes, how are you guys? This is Chazzy and welcome back to What's the Damage, the good old WTD question mark here on my channel. The absolute longest running series on this channel actually. This was my very first video ever, my very first video ever was What's the Damage, and I had no idea that it would become what it is today. I just kind of winged it at the time, And today's video is actually, funny enough, a remake of one of my oldest actual videos, I think I released this one the first time back in like 2016 or 2017. If I'm not mistaken, I joined YouTube and started creating content like in December of 2016, so this one either came out at that time or maybe in early 2017, but it's a very old video. We're talking like 6 or so years ago, and on that occasion I talked about why I quit working out at the time, why I stopped going to the gym, and the thumbnail was actually really funny, me flexing my muscles at the time that I don't have anymore, and I did a weird little intro. My intros back then were creative, but my videos actually got some good views, but that's not the point. Today I'm coming here to modernize that video there, wearing a completely different shirt, but it is sleeveless so I can show off my guns right here, got my muscles and whatnot, and holy crap, this is just getting cringier and cringier by the minute, and oh my god. So basically I'm going to explain to you guys now in a broad sense using this concept vlog here, which is just a vlog where I come and talk to you guys, very minimal editing. It's literally just me in the background music in the intro and outro, but I'm going to be talking about essentially why exactly the gym doesn't work with me, I still to this day have no idea why exactly, I don't really understand what happens, but I'm pretty sure that at this point it has something to do with my metabolism, something that I probably picked up from the genes of my parents who are very scrawny, I actually come from a very long line of scrawny, skinny, thin people in my family, both sides of them. So both of my parents are thin, they always have been. So I definitely inherited both of those genes there, in one sitting. And it was really, it's been really hard to, over the years, it's been very tough, on my self-esteem because I've never enjoyed being skinny. Ever since I was a kid, I was always been very thin and I was picked on a lot, Not that it bothers me today, but when I was a kid, when I was there was a transition period there in my adolescency, in my early teenagehood. I don't really think that exists, early teenagehood. Throughout my adolescency and my teens, I started to become obsessed with bodybuilding, although it took me a few years to actually get into the gym and start working out, but I always saw these celebrities and these athletes with their really ripped bodies, and I was always so insanely jealous of them. I always wanted to look like them because in my head, that is what would attract girls, because even today, I do still sort of have the same line of thought where women do always, find themselves attracted to guys with big muscles, so it's really hard for you to look past the physical attributes and go for somebody who actually has good character. But it's a cliche, but it is a God-given fact, and men are the same, many men will look at a girl who has a much better body than one who's a little, not exactly in the standards of society's beauty or whatever the hell, but that's off topic. The thing is that it always affected my self-esteem, and I was obsessed with becoming really big and ripped, and it was crazy because it never really worked out. Like, I actually started working out for the first time when I was either 16 or 17. I had just come to live in Brazil and I joined the gym for the first time, and I worked out for many months, I actually tried to get the hang of it and see how it worked and see how long it would take for me to get ripped, Then I actually stopped and then came back some years later. I used to work out with a friend of mine, but then we kind of had a falling out, so I also left the gym. But a few years later, maybe less than years, sometime later, I came back to the same gym, but this time I was using supplements, not steroids. I never took steroids or anabolic, anything of the sort in my life. I never took performance-enhancing drugs. I'm not Lance Armstrong, but I did take some vitamins, how can I say this? Like whey protein, are you guys familiar with that? Where you basically make a milkshake with some kind of powder that is going to either speed up your metabolism or make you get some more protein in your body. I don't know exactly how it works, but I did take it, My parents bought me this really big pot of that stuff, and I worked out for a longer time now, at daily, going to the gym, every single day and working out for hours and drinking and eating that stuff, and also eating a lot of carbs and things, I still live with my parents, so my mom made me food, but I never noticed a difference, ever. It was very it was very, how can I say, demoralizing for me, because I even though I know that going to the gym and working out and getting big is a process, when you work out for an extended period of time and you don't see, at least I myself, you don't see any single small change in your body, it starts to get kind of annoying, and you're just like, well, I'm just wasting time and money here. I'm not sure if any of you guys have gone through the same frustrating situation of doing something, you know, over and over and over again repetitively, you know, the same exercises, you know, so many times for so long, and then nothing happens, nothing changes, you know. So like, even though they say that it takes long for these things to happen, you know, when it comes to transforming your body, at least for somebody like me, like I could never afford a personal trainer, and I could much less afford to buy, you know, what can I say, good healthy food, you know, because my mom would make me food, you know, but well, she would make food for all of us to eat, me and my dad as well. But yeah, we could never afford for me to have, let's say, you know, 4 or 5 square meals a day and eat a lot of meat and fish and sweet potatoes and that stuff, you know. So maybe that does explain it. Today I'm in a position where I could easily afford that, but I don't think it's really going to be worth my energy right now to try to invest in my body, you know. But people keep telling me right now that I'm in a very fortunate position where I'm thin and I cannot, you know, put on weight, so I can pretty much eat whatever the hell I want and not feel guilty about it, you know. But still, going back to before, you know, so once I figured out that, you know, I wasn't really going anywhere with the gym, I stopped working out, and I just like kind of like I shelved that dream of getting big for a few years. If I'm not mistaken, it would be 5 years until I would go back to the gym, you know, but this time a different one in a different part of town, you know, which was a bit more prestigious and more famous and bigger and had more equipment and stuff and more resources, you know, actual personal trainers. And you know, I went there again and I started to get back into the swing of things, you know, but it still felt very strange. Like, I made friends there, you know. Whenever you go to the gym, it's inevitable that you make friends and you talk to people, you know, and I did that in both the gyms that I went to, and it was really nice. It was cool. I even made friends with some of the trainers, you know, so it's awesome. I had a very good relationship with them, but it still felt really weird because I was there again working out and trying to eat as much as I could and doing so many exercises and many reps and sets, you know. I was bench pressing, lifting barbells, doing the whole 9 yards, and yet nothing happened. Like, when you go to the gym and you're somebody like me and it seems like it's impossible for me to gain weight or muscle mass, the only thing that I pretty much do is exercise, you know. Exercising regularly is very healthy, you know. Like, the older you get, the better it is for you to keep exercising, you know. I unfortunately don't have the time or energy to do it right now with my routine, but occasionally I'll try to do some push-ups at home or sit-ups, and I'll go for a jog or something, but it's actually very rare. But the point is that it's really weird sometimes when you're sitting there doing a bunch of physical exercises that you don't feel are really transforming you, you know. Basically, I'm making my body work and I'm putting food in me, you know, I'm eating all of the right supplements, but nothing seems to happen. So I start to think that it's literally impossible for me to get big. Of course, if I ever get rich and famous, let's say I start acting in Hollywood movies and I get a personal trainer, you know, that's definitely gonna change things, because I don't know, man, Hollywood is very scary with its magic sometimes. Like, an actor can go from being a scrawny little brat to freaking bulking up like Zac Efron. What the hell is that? What is with the goddamn car outside, bro? Seriously? Do any of you have a grenade? Can you give me a grenade through the video now so I can throw it at this freaking bastard? My God, I'm really impatient today. I'm always impatient, actually. Whenever I record videos, I want absolute silence, and whenever that happens, I just get peeved. But anyway, so now gym culture here in Brazil is actually, I never worked out. Like, well, I did in the United States, but it was during high school when I was doing weight training, you know, and I was, you know, playing sports with my friends. But it's not like, it wasn't exactly going to an actual gym, you know. But anyway, here in Brazil, it's different, you know. I'm not sure how the gyms work in the US, but here it's basically like a center. In the gyms here, we have a bunch of different activities, you know, so there might be dance classes, you know, aside from the weight training, there's Zumba, there's a bunch of different exercises, there's even capoeira, so they pretty much fit a bunch of activities into one place. So you might see people in the gym working out in one area and another doing something different, you know. It was always very strange to me how, like, it's weird to mix those streams there, but I don't know, cross the streams, I don't know how you say that expression, but still, you guys get the idea. So I always thought it was very strange, you know, in a certain way, but then again, I mean, it's just different cultures, you know. But here, it's been a very long time since I've left the gym now. I think it's been over 5 years now. I have considered coming back and going back, you know, here in Sao Paulo, but honestly, given the amount of activities that I do, you know, throughout the day and the weeks, you know, it's just, I don't think I would have any day where I would be free to actually work out freely, you know, because if I ever go back to the gym, I would want to do it at least once per day, you know, and I don't think that, like, to get my money's worth, right? Because here, gym subscriptions are expensive, you know, so if you go every single day, it's going to be a lot more worth it than if you go just a few days a week or something, you know. So it's crazy, bro. It's really crazy. I had this dream many years ago. I still kind of do, but it's not exactly I'm not obsessed with bodybuilding anymore. Like I wish I could have the perfect body and look like, you know, Cristiano Ronaldo or something, you know, but I'm aware that it's very tough, you know. Like, it's much easier when you have millions of dollars to throw around, you know, and with me it's really, really hard, and I'm not a professional athlete, so there's no real obligation for me to work out and have a good looking body unless I just want to, and it always really crippled my self-esteem. To this day, it kind of affects me, but not in the same way. It's not as heavy as before, you know. Like, I don't look in the mirror and say, oh my god, I'm such a scrawny little, you know, piece of garbage, you know, I suck, you know. It's not exactly like that, but it did used to be that way. Like, I would just, like, it would be crazy, man. It would be really crazy, you know, but like, I think that lately it's just, I don't really know what exactly it is. I need to diagnose myself and find out why it's so hard for me to build muscle mass, you know. Maybe if I start eating properly, you know. I think I was mentioning before about the celebrities, you know, before that damn car rolled by, you know. Like, if I was a celebrity and now as an actor, you know, poised to be in a movie, I'm pretty sure that a personal trainer or a series of personal trainers could definitely make me look a lot better. We have seen this happening a lot with actors, you know. Like, one example that comes to mind is like Taylor Lautner, who bulked up a lot for, you know, for his role in the Twilight movies, you know. Hayden Christensen, who bulked up a little bit, you know, to do Star Wars Episode 3. So there are many examples. I think maybe the best is Will Smith, who got insanely big to do after doing Independence Day and Bad Boys. He got really big to do to play Muhammad Ali in the movie Ali, you know. And he still looked really good in I, Robot, I Am Legend. So it's crazy. But these guys have millions of dollars to throw around, so they have a lot of resources, you know. They consume a lot of carbs every day. They probably eat like 6 square meals a day, so they pretty much never stop eating and working out and doing some form of physical exercise, and I can't afford to do that right now. So maybe one day. It would be interesting if one day I could transform myself, but I just can't do it right now. No time or energy or resources, or I can't even afford it. That's not even enough money to do that right now, but maybe one day. But that's essentially why I stopped working out, you know, why I went to the gym and left for many years, you know. If I ever do go back, I might try to do it all natural, make myself better food, you know, maybe even try a few different supplements, you know, that are going to be natural, but we'll see. We'll see. It would be nice for me to look a little bit better than I do now, you know, but it's all just, maybe I'll do it with, in Photoshop with thumbnails or something, I don't know. But anyway, guys, let me know what you thought about this, you know, if you have the same relationship with the gym and working out in general, you know, how you feel about your own self-esteem, you know. Let me know what you think, you know, what I said in the video here. And I'm sorry if it was a little dry and thing, it's because I'm kind of under the weather today. I was sneezing a lot before recording. I'm still feeling a little sick, so, but I gotta try to get these videos done, so you know, the channel goes on. And I think I have no internet. I think my internet connection fell, and that's gonna be a bother for today. But anyway, so if you happen to like this video, please go ahead and give it a like, and also subscribe to my channel because I release videos every single day. And while you're at it, hit the notification bell too so you can know exactly what time I upload, and it's all good. It is all good. And as soon as you're done watching this video, go and hit the gym, you freaking scrawny little redneck. This is Chazzy signing out for now, and as always, I will see you guys in the next video. Roll the outro screen.